So this Monday morning's call, we are going to be covering what Save Club is going to be doing for the next 90 days. What's happening on the corporate side, what's happening with the field, and most importantly, what's possible for someone that really wants to take this business seriously. We're now at the end of our first month of the official launch, and it's been an awesome ride. So many people come in from all around the world. We just did the introductions here, and we've got our true international group formed here. And in the life cycle of a business, it's like we're building something. And right now, we've got a solid foundation in place. We've got the framework up, we got the walls on, we got the roof on, and we're building a facility that can bring all of us to financial freedom. And it's because of what we've got here with the product being, I think, the best thing that we could market. When we're marketing savings, we're marketing discount, we're not changing the buying habits of people. We're just simply allowing them to buy what they're already getting at a discount. And we're in line with these advertisers globally, and it's starting to really pick up. This month of June was, a good month as we've got more people reaching leadership ranks. We're closing the month right here. We may have some more people hitting new uh, bonus pools, our global bonus pools. We're doing a matrix commission, and I wanted to let everybody know that next Friday, payday, is a banking holiday. It's the it's the 4th of July, and it's really like a 4-day banking holiday. And so we've decided to pay commissions a day early. We're going to pay commissions on the 3rd. So make sure you've got your settings all set up. Do them the night of the 2nd. Go ahead and if you want your money to go to your credit wallet, or if you want it to go to your iPayout or an ACH, set up your settings early. Make sure they're done, because the morning of the 3rd, we're going to do a payday a day early, so you can have access to your money and enjoy the 4th of July for those of you here that celebrate that in America. So today's call, I'm going to focus in on what you can do over the next 90 days to really transform your financial future. What you can do day in and day out in really a condensed amount of time. You can do really anything for 90 days. And that's what somebody told me all the way back in the year 2002, when I got invited to do my first 90-day blitz. And it really changed my life, because what it allowed me to do was take my home-based business, my network marketing career seriously. And it got me the mindset, the type of massive action, the type of momentum that was required to really go from a brand new novice distributor into someone that was able to transition full time. And at that time, I actually decided that I was going to defer college, because I had just got out of high school. I started doing network marketing in 2002. I was able to focus in for 90 days, and then I never looked back. By the end of that 90-day period, I had established enough momentum to where I made a decision to defer college. And guess what? I never looked back. And it's been my career for the last 23 years. And I'm so happy that I got the springboard to do that. So this 90-day blitz is about giving back, because I'm sure there's so many of you that are wondering, what do I do on a daily basis? What type of activities can I do to get more pre-enrollees, to get more enrollments, to reach an income that I want to reach? And the 90-day blitz is something I've wanted to do since we launched the company, but it really took getting that foundation in place. And now that we're just a shot away from both our AI and our free mobile app launching, now's the time to do it. And so the first thing that I'd like to do is invite you guys to join the 90-day blitz. I put up a website. You might have seen it on the slide there. I put up 2 domains that forward. Uh, I'll pull it up now so you can take a look at what this registration page looks like. And I'll just do this screen. and I put up a Google form. We'll just pull it up right here. Let's have it pull up. So, and I'll stretch this screen over so you can see what it is. So I went to the blitz90.com. You can also go to blitz to get rich. That's BLITZTOGETRICH. And it's this form. And this form right here, you fill it out, and very simply will get you set up to register. You don't need to do it right now. We're going to post about it. Actually, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it right this early, because I don't want you all hopping away from this call to fill out the form. Because I want you to first understand what is going on here with the 90-day blitz and what the potential is. One of the things that you have to start with when building a home-based business is getting your mindset right. Understanding the business, taking a look at Save Club, understanding that discounts as a product is the best thing to be marketing. Understanding where we're at in the life cycle of this business. We're 30 days into the launch of this business. Save Club's still an infant baby. Yeah, we've done quite a bit of commissions out. We've had some good testimonials. We've got some good product stories, but we're still reaching around the world. We have all these excited affiliates who have joined from all these other countries, and we've got product over 58,000 merchants globally that we'll be turning on, and we'll be turning on those markets in segments. Doesn't mean you have to wait for your country to get lit up with discounts, because you can start building and promoting. There's people in countries that where earning a few $100s is like a very good week's wage. And they're able to do that here, building in the United States through social media. I mean, what a blessing to have a opportunity where you can get paid in Bitcoin, and you can be working from a country where the dollar is powerful, and you're able to sell and make memberships, make enrollments here in the United States, and build a global business. That's powerful. And we'll be opening up these countries as it goes on. I'll show you guys a roadmap of where we're at from January 1st, moving all the way through the next 90 days. And just like we established a foundation for the company, uh, our payment systems, the website, our landing pages, our marketing tools, now it's time to put those into action. And I've got a lot of comments back from people saying, "Oh, I see the marketing tools. I'm checking out the training. Now, how do I actually make this into money?" And that's what this training is going to be all about. We're going to drill down specifically on different funnels. So for an example, we'll go with the travel funnel. Say, okay, now where are people online looking for travel deals and discounts? Who are the big travel influencers out there, and how do we bring their attention over to Save Club? And that's the training that you'll get what's inside of the call. Will show you how to script messages, how to make user generated content, what exact user generated content actually works. We'll be showing you different tools that anybody can learn. These are tools that many of them are free. Many of them cost like $20 a month. I'm talking about AI tools that will help you develop content and develop ads and marketing that will go alongside with what we're doing to give yourself a nice, unique spin to what's going on. Part of the 90-day blitz, it starts with getting a foundation for yourself. Like, where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 9 months, 9 years? This goes far beyond what's going on with just the Save Club business. This is training for just how you're going to interact with your friends, your family, your community, not just Save Club. The personal development skills that I was fortunate enough to be taught as a teenager have really echoed throughout my whole life. And even in long periods of time where I was building other businesses and not doing network marketing, the same principles still exist. Because doing this business with the right mindset, it's really a personal development course disguised as a business. And you can go about making money, making weekly money, and get this mindset training that will help you in all the different areas of your life. And that's something that is consistent amongst all entrepreneurs that learning doesn't stop with school. Learning is a continual lifelong process, but where are you going to get it from? Like you can read books, you can watch videos, but I'll tell you, when you do it with an intention and the marker is making money, and the marker is hitting the next rank, and the marker is doing these things as a squad, as a team, where you have accountability. This is where you're forced to be outside of your comfort zone. You're forced to learn things and do things that are maybe a little bit outside of what you've got, but you've got the support system. You have the teamwork and cooperation of your Save Club family here. And this is why how we get, together. We're going to be sharing different testimonials. People will be creating user generated content. And yeah, you might have to put yourself out there to align yourself with the business and get someone to do an opt-in. But the momentum, the success will start to build. When you get one opt-in, means you can get another one. When you get 10 opt-ins, means you can get 100. When you get 10 opt-ins, it means you can get 1,000. And this is how it always starts. But you've got to get the momentum rolling, and the momentum builds in a synergistic way, because when you see other people having success, when you hear what other people are doing, and we have a community, now you're able to say, okay, in the beginning, I didn't know what to do. I got 40 people to my landing page. Nobody put their information in. Well, why is that? Well, there's simple things that you'll learn inside of the Blitz, things that are little tips and tricks that you just aren't aware of right now. There's plenty of things that you don't know that you don't know. And you have to absorb that over time until it becomes second nature. And there'll be second nature. Like there's people here on this webinar that didn't know what they were doing before, and now they're doing dozens or hundreds of enrollments. They understand how to go live on their social media. They understand how to post. They understand how to direct people to a landing page and get them to opt in. With the tools that are coming out, we're all going to be working with and learning them together. So in the beginning, this is when the biggest potential is, because right now there's just shy of 10,000 Save Club affiliates, and virtually nobody, this is a huge opportunity. Virtually nobody has put together campaigns to talk to influencers. Like we see Kelly at the top of the leaderboard here with over 200 enrollments, and that's great. And she's made great income with that. But I'll tell you, there's influencers out there with travel blogs and travel social media sites. There's people that do strictly side hustle, and it's crazy. They get millions of views on these videos, and it's like guys driving around their car telling people how to deliver medical supplies or how to get more Uber rides. And it's like these are people that want to work, they want to go out and do something. And when they see the potential of earning residual income and doing it with leverage and doing it with literally the best product on the planet, discounts, it's something that when you introduce these people, it can just you're making a matching bonus on them. So we'll be going specifically over this 90 days how to reach out and communicate with the influencers. So you don't have to be the personality. You don't have to be the person creating reels. You don't have to have, because you can't go back in time 5 or 10 years of building a social media following. The people have already done it. You're going to be the angel that introduces them to something that could potentially change their life forever. Because influencers are on a hamster wheel, most of them, because they have to continually create content to stay relevant. They have to continually create content to get more views, and it's hit and miss. Like if you might see an influencer's page where they've got one viral video, it's got 100,000 or a couple 100,000 views, and then you'll see like dozens and dozens of other clips they made out that have like 1,000 or 100 views, and it's kind of hit and miss for them. However, when they hit with a product like ours and the members come on board and they're able to earn residual income and get the leverage from those people also building, it can be life-changing for them. And just remember, this comp plan was built for getting people like that. The fact that you'll earn matrix matching bonuses when you enroll those type of people, it's huge. I mean, I can't emphasize enough how big the matrix matching bonus part of this comp plan is. That's why, people that get more enrollments are going to get more of um, a momentum, more of a build, more of a matrix check at the end of the month. And we'll go into that. Inside the 90-day blitz, we're going to go specifically into the compensation plan. We've already started working numbers to show people exactly how to get to $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and what type of activities are going to do that. So within this 90-day blitz, we'll be breaking down what activities, what are the income producing activities, what are the activities that you should be focusing on to build your check and have it start to compound and grow. When deciding to do something like a 90-day blitz, it's 90 days. The time's going to pass either way. When deciding to do it and really committing to what the program is, which we're doing an additional call on Tuesday. And this time, 10 a.m. seems to be working pretty good, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So the same time, we'll do it on Tuesday. So we'll do our Monday training call company wide, but we're doing a blitz call. I'm going to record all of these, and I'm also going to be doing individual lessons throughout the week that you can watch at whatever time. So when you enroll for the Blitz program, put in a really good email address there, because there'll be almost daily communications dialing you into what's going on, and we're going to do pop-up calls as well to share with people what what's working now, and the things that they could do to turn on some volume in the middle of the week so they can get some enrollments at the end of the week and get paid on Friday. Like, this is an active program to generate income on a weekly basis. And that's really where we want to be. We want to be able to introduce someone to Save Club through the app, get them then introduced to the prospect of making money, getting them enrolled, and immediately into action. It's very possible that someone can go 1-star in the first few hours that they get started with the business. That's how tight we're going to get these systems down, so that as somebody gets started, they're able to reach directly into the people that they know, reach directly into their social media community, get a couple opt-ins, and then efficiently bring these people to enrollment by just overwhelming them with the value that's here from the testimonials and everything else. There's also a big part of psychology and the marketing psychology behind doing this particular business. When you're introducing people to Save Club, it's a series of exposures, getting somebody first to be interested by piquing their interest, getting them to watch a video on a landing page, which would get them further excited, having them opt in. They get an email. When the AI is live, they'll be getting phone calls, they'll be getting texts. What I'm doing is I'm adding up the different exposures, bringing them to a webinar, them seeing another social media post, them seeing a testimonial. These are the things that add up before somebody makes it their own decision to get started. So persuasion is defined as getting someone to do or buy what you're selling, and for them to believe it was their idea. And that's how these systems are set up. Because why do people want to pay full price when they don't have to? If they could be spending $20 a month on a membership and saving far more, they would like to do that. How we go about bringing that information to them is really going to be uh, uh, how fast people will get enrolled. So if we can get someone engaged enough where maybe they take a look at what we're doing, and within like a 20 or 30-minute period, they can get the 5 to 8 exposures that they need to make a decision to get started. That's where we're at. And we have the price point to do that. For someone to be a member at $20 with 7-day risk-free, they can just cancel at any time, get refunded. It's the same thing with their affiliate commission. They can get started with a business for $80. They can create a business for an entire year for $300. We have a price point that people don't have to go mortgage their house. They don't have to go talk to their spouse. They don't have to do anything um, to find that money. And like David Dubbs was saying, really to run and operate this business, it's 67 cents a day and you get the membership. Um, to be able to operate a business for less than $20 a month and have a membership, that's something that is a price point that reaches everybody around the world. And we as a team, the people of you listening to this call right now, we're going to determine what exposures people need to get started. And this is like a crowdsourcing teamwork operation where we'll come up with some homework assignments. We'll give you the best practices to move forward. And we're watching what's going on. We can see how many hits hit the landing page, what's going on, and we'll be able to track all this. As we go through the 90-day blitz and we establish our systems, it's going to get very scientific because doing this business is simply two laws. Just like the law of gravity, what goes up must come down. These laws are the law of numbers and the law of averages. And they work like this. When you do something long enough, a ratio will appear. And this is how professional marketing operates. But now we get to do it as a team. If you're out there doing it by yourself and you're trying to split test a message, you're going to run out of people to talk to. If you're out there trying to do it by yourself and you're, even if you have a good traffic source, if you're buying traffic, it's going to be much harder than doing it as a team and as a squad. So we'll be working, reporting back, getting you the most relevant information. We also have some heavy hitters. Some of the biggest agencies, some of the biggest social media agencies, some groups that work specifically with recruiting top influencers, they're going to be coming on and sharing the strategies. As we develop more, we've got access to databases. We've got access to a database with over 19 million social media accounts and what they've done. These are influencer accounts from micro influencers to major influencers, all the way from Katy Perry down. We're able to see what type of engagement is going on, what type of songs, what type of voice, how long people watch a video, what they're clicking on, how they're clicking on it. Do links go inside of the comments? Do links go inside right on the page? These are the little things that are going to make a difference, because if 100 people watch a video and 2 people click, that's a 2% conversion. Okay, well, let's say we get a little bit better and we get 1 more percent conversion. And then we get a little bit more better and we get 1 more percent conversion. Now 100 people watch a video and 4 click. Okay, well, we only increased the conversion rate by 2%, but we got 200%, or we got 100% more opt-ins. So what if we do that again? What if we go from 4% to 8%? Okay, then we get another 100% more opt-ins. And I'm telling you, it can be something as little as the first words you use in a video or the sound and the background music. And collectively as a group, we're going to hack and find a formula to do this. So doesn't matter if you have 0 experience or if you've got a ton of experience, you still have to go through that process of finding out what works. And then guess what? We're going to hit a jackpot. We're going to hit a gold mine. We're going to hit the golden idea from somebody in our group. And we're going to share that collectively. And we're going to copy that. And we're going to go make that content personalized for each other. And we're going to go push it back out into the marketplace. Now what's going to happen with this first group? We've got new tools, new landing pages, new AI. We're first mover advantage moving into the marketplace. That's an advantage. But guess what? It gets a lot easier. So when we do this 90-day blitz again, when the people that you enroll during this 90-day blitz get started on the next one, it's so much easier for them. So this exponentially gets easier and faster to grow. And when you start to see what that means inside of a matrix that goes from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 levels down, and you're getting paid on all of that, because the big numbers start to hit as this starts to duplicate. Guys, we're dealing with a product that's $20. Okay, so you got to do a lot of $20 to make up the volume. So the efficiency of what we're doing here, and knowing that we've got something that appeals to everybody, and we've got this global marketplace, you're not able to do this type of volume and this exponential growth with other products. Like, simply, if you're selling, $3,000 devices, or if you've got, $500 enrollment kits, or you've got, niche products that don't necessarily appeal to everybody. You're trying to change somebody's buying habits. It's different. And this business with Save Club was carefully constructed with the compensation plan, the tools, and the direction of where we're going. So I'm going to pull up another slide. Dave, you want to chime in here for a second and just share a little bit about the tools and maybe some marketing wisdom about split testing and how to uh, uh, really optimize a campaign to get it working, increasing the conversion.
Yeah, everyone. So when it comes to marketing, the reason we split test is you have to do a lot of things right. For example, let's say you send out an email. There's three things that you actually have to need to get right. A lot of people are just like, well, I send a bunch of emails, so I should be getting all this, traction. And well, you got to remember, the first thing you have to do is have a really powerful headline. And that, because if the headline's not good, think about all the emails that you get in your email box that you never open, right? Why? You didn't like the headline. That's why you never open it. Okay, let's say you click on that and then you open it. Well, now the ad copy of the actual email has to be very solid too. I know some of you are like sending out solo ads, and some of you are doing paid traffic. And so then that has to be really good. So if I open up the email and the body of the ad didn't convince me, why would I click on the link? And then once they click on the link, of course, the website needs to be good with the videos, which we know are pretty darn good because we made those. And, I've had 30 years of making sales funnels with good videos. But if you guys start to use some of the newer ones that we've done, like the 67 cents and the other curious one and the foodie one and the travel one thing that you'll notice in those particular pages is we didn't say the word Save Club because there's that old saying, curiosity killed the cat, right? So when you have something really good, people are like, well, I got to find out what's on the other side of this thing, And that's, it's like the game show when you have the curtains, the one, two, three, everybody's like, which one's he going to pick? It's kind of like that. So you have like, behind the scenes, and then they have to opt in. And then once they opt in, we give them all the information. But the reason we want to drive those opt-ins is so the power line starts to drip on them. But then that's when AI, with what Charles has done with the AI, that's going to help a lot. Because here's the thing, a lot of you might get opt-ins, but what I know from this industry is 99% of people are not salespeople. They'd rather gargle gasoline than try to sell somebody, right? They're not even good marketers, a lot of people. But and the last thing they want to do is try to get on the phone with somebody or try to convince somebody, because in this industry, I hate to say it, but a lot of you are better at convincing people not to do something instead of convincing them to do something. So how do we fix that? Charles came up with this AI. He's working with an insane development team. And guess what? AI doesn't care if somebody says no. AI doesn't get its feelings hurt. AI isn't going to wait around while you might be working 9 to 5 and you can't get back to that lead that came in. And so that lead starts to get cold. Well, it's not going to happen because AI is going to start to attack that lead. I shouldn't say the word attack, but get back to that lead ASAP, and then literally call and text and whatnot. So now we're really solving a lot of problems. This industry has been the same forever, even before the internet. It was kind of the same, like when it came to marketing and where people had struggles and where people had problems. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're creating tons of content for you. We're creating tons of ad copy. We're creating tons of reels and videos and pictures, really diving into the capture pages, giving you one a week. I've never been in a company ever that gives a capture page a week away. That's like unheard of. I've never seen it. And a lot of times, a lot of companies will charge you for that too. They'll say, "Oh, you got to get our marketing system, so you got to pay this additional money to get it." And Charles isn't, even though the monthly cost here is only $20. He could easily said, "Hey, give me another $20, and then you're going to get your marketing system." Okay, you see that in a lot of businesses, but you don't see it over here in Save Club. It's included. So again, we fixed the front end where you're not a marketer. So you don't need to know what to say, just copy paste, use everything that we're giving you. And then we fix the back end, the follow up and the follow through to get that person upgraded. So
Yep.
realistically, um, you're just going to go through this 90-day blitz and learn how to get the pages out there because we know when you get the pages out there, what's going to happen. So really, really excited about that. But all of you should be excited. You know, I've been doing this for 30 years, and this is really the first company that has fixed where the industry is broken. Like if anybody comes up to you and says, "Oh, you should look at this deal," okay? For example, they all say that. Ask them, did you fix what's broke? So when I get a lead, what happens? Do I need to go work that lead? What do I do? Well, oh, of course you do. Da 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 da. Well, guess what? Not we don't have to do it over here because we have AI built in that's doing that all for us. Nobody else in the industry has that. So
Yep.
I always like to say I triple dog dare you to compare Save Club to anything else because nobody has what we have. And they can't even catch up. We're producing stuff at a rate that's so fast that good luck catching up because it would take them a ton of time to do what we're doing over here. Because I sit here all day, every day, just pumping out content, and we freely just give it to you. So I'm real
Yep.
excited about that. Charles, anything more you want me to add to that?
I think you covered on some good points there, Dave. And it's about this timeline here. And it's going to be impossible for other companies to just catch up with where we're going. But remember, guys, we're only right here. We're still in month one. Okay. We're like right here on the starting line of what's going on here. And, the key things that have been in development are the AI, the app, the funnels, and what you're doing right now in this training. Um, in certain areas, we're really far ahead. And in other areas, we got delayed a couple weeks. Launching an AI platform with global VoIP and global text messaging is challenging. We're so close. We're literally got one bug, one bottleneck that we've got developers working on. We're working directly with Microsoft fixing this piece. So yeah, we're a little bit behind on our AI. It's worth the wait, and to have it fully integrated with the enterprise level system that we have. Again, other groups that want to do this or would want to do this will probably have to charge you a few $100s a month each to be able to send out these type of messaging and have full on that. But again, we got it all included with with the master enterprise license with Microsoft 365 and Copilot. The app, there's going to be other apps out there for savings, for cash back, and that's great. But their apps aren't going to be able to track who's doing what. Their apps aren't going to be able to track so that we could do cashback matching. Their systems are not going to be anywhere close to being able to have the reporting and the complete API integration with our Powerline marketing system and all of our funnels. So the app itself becomes a prospecting tool like nothing else before, because this business really becomes about sharing with people something that is good. You get to share discounts that they get experience for free. It's a zero risk, zero lose situation. They get to experience the value. But what we've created is when somebody gets the app, they're also pre-enrolled as a pre-enrollee with Save Club, and the AI is going to be working with them, tapping on them, bringing them the information they need so that we can count up that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exposures before they get enrolled. Some people take 8, some people get 10. But the more automation and the better quality of those exposures, though, the prospects will say, wow, I need to be doing this and get started. And this is the type of momentum that we're creating. But guess what, guys? We're still here
Hey,
in June.
Charles.
Yeah.
Charles, can I hit on that real quick? Guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys understand how hot this is. As an online marketer, I got to just tell you, with an app that saves people money, okay, like especially a local restaurant, all kinds of stuff, you give it away for free. So let me ask you this. Do you know anybody that can't afford free? No, of course not, right? Everybody can afford free. And you're just giving it away, and there's a reason for them to take it. Well, I could save a ton of money with the stuff. Again, I'm already buying. Again, we're not trying to convince them to buy anything that they're not already buying. Just like, hey, you're buying a lot of stuff right now. There's this app that could put tons of money back in your pocket. I want to give it to you. All you got to do is download it. Let me send it to you. Boom. That's it. But then what happens is that free app is like a capture page on steroids, everyone. Because once they put their info in, again, it's leading into the same power line. It's leading into the same automations, and it's leading on AI to follow up. So, you have something so good here because there's no barrier. Usually there's always objections, right? And you got to navigate some sort of objection in this industry. Okay, that's the way. So we've learned how to do that pretty good. But here, what would be the objection for you handing something to somebody 100% for free that literally puts money in their pocket when they use it? How many people are going to say, "No, that I don't want that," or "That doesn't sound very good"? I mean, that would be pretty moronic not to take something
Yep.
like that. So
And
yeah, real excited about that.
what we'll be doing again as a team on this 90-day blitz is honing in our message, because right now we're still this infant 1 month old baby company. How we grow up is we hone our message and we get an anthem, a 30-second, a 60-second, a 5 minute, a 15 minute anthem where we know that we're saying the most with the least amount of words, that we're presenting the most with the shortest video clip, that we're able to get somebody over the edge of making a decision with the fewest amount of exposures. And that's what we're doing right here. If you see on my chart, July, we'll be optimizing this. And this takes a team. This is why I'm so excited to get our 90-day blitz squad together, because we're gonna find the optimization point really fast, and it's gonna go from 100 people watching your video getting one opt-in to 2 to 3 to 4 to 8 to 20, and people sharing that video, and the people that come on board and that get enrolled, they're going to be sharing the video. So our march to momentum is really what this slide is about, this march to critical mass and getting our landing pages and our app viral. Now, one of our big challenges, any company, if they dream of doing a global operation, it's how do you start operating around the world? Now, the best way to do that is with a digital product like we have, but then that digital product has to be integrated and working with all the different countries. So people in the UK, all throughout Europe, Southeast Asia, but particularly we got Philippines, Taiwan, uh, Thailand, Japan, Korea, India. China's a huge market for us. Guys, we're setting up payment systems for India and for China, and this was no small task. I don't know if you know this, but in China, network marketing is not allowed. The government doesn't really like people having control of making their own money in a way where they're tapping into a global economy. So we had to do some pretty outstanding networking and relationship building to get these payment systems set up to work with platforms that got the approvals so that we can have these payment systems pay in. So it takes time to develop all this stuff. One area where we're going to be really strong is with our global shopping portal. It's over 58,000 businesses, entrepreneurs, websites, huge brands from all around the world that are going to be tapping in. But it's part of our development roadmap. So for you building a foundation, getting your people in place, learning these systems, learning these tools, risking your whole $20 a month, not, I don't want to make that sound snide or anything, but to be able to get the training, the tools, and have the opportunity and to have it for $20 a month, hang in there as we get the global systems set up. We're running on the rails of a company that had hundreds and hundreds of employees. We cherry picked the very best employees from that company. That when that company sold, it sold for $4 billion. We've got the best employees with over a decade of all their advertising experience, bringing on the biggest brands from all around the world, and the technology platform that's in place. On a day-to-day basis, there's over a dozen people that are high six-figure salaries working on bringing the global advertisers into our portal and getting it lined up. So just know that this is coming. Work with us where we're at today as this builds, because there's other shopping MLM companies coming up, and by the time they launch, they're going to be completely obsolete because of what we're doing here is so far ahead. So just have faith in the direction that we're going, and as soon as we can start showing this and turning this on for all of you, it's happening. There's a very directed plan here to bring us to the fourth quarter. So as we get the portal lined up, this increase in advertisers, this is our global reach. As we start seeing different pockets, different groups,
Start
uh,
raining.
and I'm scheduled to go around to find different parts. I've got multiple international conventions where I'm working with our advertising team and getting in to go set up these markets directly. And as this grows, we really want to focus on a couple things. As we get the user generated content, you'll start hearing this, and we'll present a lot more of this inside of the 90-day Blitz training. UCG, get used to those. UCG, user generated content, because we are going to be generating content. We also have some really slick looking AI. Dubs was playing me some stuff. I could not tell if it was a real person or an AI. It was really good. But yeah, we'll start gathering our messaging, getting our wording, getting our anthem. We'll utilize our squad here to say these messages, but we'll be also utilizing these advanced AI tools to put it out there as well. And some of the things that we're doing are the most cutting edge strategies we're learning from the biggest organizations, like not just having user generated content on a single reel, but having these in a series of reels where we're getting multiple exposures and able to get multiple touches on a single prospect in line to them getting to the website. It just adds up. It helps increase the conversion. And as we start getting more and more testimonials, income testimonials and product testimonials, we'll have this super dialed in. And really what I'm shooting for here is hitting this critical mass point inside of October or November, because we want to hit the global holiday season. This is where the advertisers give the biggest deals, the biggest incentives. This is where the commerce, the e-commerce, a large chunk of it is done inside the fourth quarter. And Save Club is going to be perfectly positioned. You are going to be perfectly positioned to put this out there, because who's going to want to do their Christmas shopping? Who's going to want to go out into this economy where all the products are higher, when gas prices they continue to rise? It's going to be a tight Christmas. People are going to need savings. They're going to need an extra income source. They're also going to need to get the best deals possible. As we get this dialed in, we could have just an absolute viral sensation during the months of November, December, and going into January, just completely on fire. And then what's going to happen in January? People are going to be looking for ways to earn extra income with New Year's resolutions. Then be looking for ways to, pay off their credit card bills from their Christmas shopping or whatever. And we're going to be sitting there with an opportunity ready to go. And guess what? We're going to have all the content done. Like other companies will wait, they will produce nothing. Holidays will come and go, seasons will come and go. They're not playing the ebb and flow of the global economy because maybe their product is so niche, or they don't have the creative team to get in there and develop, Christmas ads. They don't have the development team to do New Year's resolution business opportunity ads. All that stuff we'll have in place. And these are just tools that will just be native to your back office. And when you use those with the overall thought process and development of the company, with the feedback that we get within our 90-day Blitz team, this is a different style business. And I'm telling you why I'm doing this, because when I got involved doing a 90-day Blitz all those years ago, 23 years ago, I learned a lot during that time frame. And back then there was some crazy things going on in the world. 9/11 had happened the year before. We were entering into a huge war in the Middle East. The world was chaotic at that time, to say the most. But what I learned during the 90-day Blitz is it didn't matter who the president was. It didn't matter what government was bombing the other government, or what issue was going on in the world, none of that's really impacted my life on a day-to-day basis. What I learned is the things that I could control with the 8 inches between my ears made the most difference in my life, made the most increase of the quality, the happiness of myself and the people that I know, love, and care about. And so in this 90-day blitz, when you take your focus away from the chaos that is really out of your control and put it towards the activities that you can do, you'll get the results. And
Hey,
so,
Charles.
yes.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention the 90-day blitz. Some people are thinking 90 days sounds long or, this and that. And I just want to address something right here. A lot of you, it's already June 30th. And a lot of you are still at square one. It's already been 6 months. A lot of you ended last year, 2024, in December. And that whole year, you started in January, said, this is going to be my year. And you ended up the same spot at the end of the year. And then this year's resolution, you said, this is going to be my year. And a lot of you, it's June and you're still in the same spot. So will you dedicate 90 days to work with 7-figure earners, to work with people that can literally change your life? Because I'll tell you what will happen if you don't. A lot of people maybe jump around this and that. The problem is most people, when they lose focus and they're all over the map, it's the reason why they're not where they want to be. Give yourself this 90 days to change your life. It's 90 days and you've already wasted 6 months. So don't tell me that, oh, I don't know if I have 90 days. Well, where are you at now, 6 months into the year, right? So give yourself 90 days to work with the pros that know exactly how to take you from the bottom to the top, and really get excited about this because it can literally change your life very quickly in the next 90 days. Forget about all the other time that you've wasted. It's now time to buckle down and literally say, I'm going to give this everything, and every single day you need to plug in. I don't know if you've ever seen a transformation. I used to bodybuild. And what's funny is you'll see people that were really, really out of shape, right? And you know what? If you were to look at them in the first 2 weeks, they look about the same. They're eating lettuce, they're eating chicken, and they're hating life. They're like, I gave up beer and pretzels and hamburgers, and I look in the mirror and I look exactly the same. Why is this? I hate life right now. But then a month goes by, and then another month goes by, and by the end of 90 days, they look ripped. They look like a whole different human in that 90-day period. Now, the first couple of weeks, not so much, but at the end, massive, massive differences. And someone once told me this, and it was really interesting. If you were to take a paper towel roll and you were to take one paper towel off every day, the roll doesn't look like it's getting smaller. It's just one paper towel a day. You look at it and it's that. But after about a month or so, you're going to notice that roll significantly, shrank there because you're doing something every single day. So 90 days is enough for a massive transformation. And this kind of transformation is even better than physical because it's financial. So that's just what I wanted to throw in there, Charles.
Yeah, and there's really two principles there, Dave. Thanks for sharing. There's really two principles there that are just part of nature, part of science, part of physics, that when you do something consistently over time, you'll end up with a multiple reward. So actions repeated over time, the right actions will equal a multiple reward. The other side of that is mistakes, doing the wrong thing repeated over time will equal a massive fail. But how do you know what's right? How do you know what's wrong? It's following people that have already created success and doing the things that are there. Success leaves clues. So let's just expose those clues, create a level of accountability amongst ourselves. When you guys are done with this call and you decide you want to do the 90-day blitz and you fill out that form, there's a question in there about, do you have a partner? Do you have an accountability partner to do this with? And don't do more than 4. Just all you need is 1. You could do a team of 3, you could do a team of 4. Don't do more than 4 because that gives you guys a tight amount of communication so you can share. I did this. You got a question, you can ask your accountability partner. If you're on a call and they're not on a call, you notice, you call them and say, hey, what's going on? I thought you wanted to be part of this. So this is a good opportunity to take maybe a new person that's on your team and invite them to this. If they're not on the webinar right now, share this recording with them and say, "I'd like to invite you to do this with us." It's 90 days. The time's going to pass anyway. Let's link up. Let's link up with these professionals. And at the end of the 90 days, what's the worst that could happen? You're in the same place that you are right now. Maybe you met some new people, maybe got some new experiences. Um, and that's what I love about this business is that really we're not charging for this. We have one of the guys in Save Club, a friend of mine. Uh, they did a program with us back in 2014, and this was a 2-week program, and it was 2 weeks, and it was 3 days in person, and we were teaching the art and science of affiliate marketing, and we were teaching training to drive traffic and stuff. That costed $10,000. Okay. And now we're going to do full 90 days, complete unloading of all the information, plus all the tools done for you. And all you got to do is commit to yourself that you want to change your life and do something. You want to be in a different place in 90 days than where you're at right now. So, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about what we have here with the different tools that we're going to be exposing during the Blitz. So, AI is relatively new to the world. And, I love being on the cutting edge of new stuff that's coming out. I always consider myself as an innovative entrepreneur. And once I understood the concept that AI is a quantum shift within humanity, I was like, I gotta absorb all this stuff. And I've learned a lot in this tools. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys what I learned, what tools to use, where to go, what different AIs are good for writing, what different AIs are good for pictures, what different AIs are good for research. This is all stuff that I just obsessively learned myself and has helped me dramatically. But again, there's schools, there's teachers, there's programs that teach AI and they charge thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars a month for a recorded program. We're going to be doing it live and actually using it in context with the Save Club business for you to make money that week. So just more value here of what's going on, and there's going to be a time, probably just within the next few years, when there's going to be a lot of people. I'm talking tens of millions of people that are going to be disrupted from the AI that's going to really just take the jobs away from tens of millions of people. And I'm speaking about just North America. Globally, it's hundreds of millions of jobs. Okay. And there's going to be a day that people that are want to work but can't get a job for $20 an hour. And at that same time, there's going to be more people that leverage AI that have businesses that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars. So there's going to be two types of people in this world: the people that latch on to AI and have a squad and a team that can, and you can learn what can be valuable to use AI to improve your financial situation, and the people that don't. So this is an opportunity for you to get on board with this, and it's still early. I mean, the disruption in AI jobs, it's coming in a major way. More states, more cities, more places, they're starting to allow autonomous driving vehicles on the customer service, the sales, the call center jobs, all these different places. The top people in AI, they're telling people now, they're saying, go to school to be a plumber, because that's the type of jobs that are going to be available in the future if you miss this wave. So, um, being able to understand that this quantum shift is here. Quantum shift is when a technology comes along and totally disrupts what was there before. And the easy one to point out would be horses and buggies. That you got horses pulling carts, and then you got an automobile coming. And within a short amount of time, like a 10-year period, people had their horses in the stable because they were tired of picking up poop and feeding them, and they're driving cars. Another big shift was everyone's doing stuff on paper. Personal computers came out, and it just revolutionized everything. People that got on that wave, got on that personal computer wave, had good years. People that rejected that idea were left behind. Same thing with smartphones. Smartphones were pretty much forced on all of us. We all now have the whole universe's knowledge right here in our in our pockets. Um, and now that has AI, but people that didn't adapt or they didn't change their businesses to be part of these quantum shifts were left behind. And I'm saying all this to just basically heed out a warning that if you want to have a healthy retirement, or you want to have that extra income, you want to have that cushion that you need to sustain yourself, it's going to be a combination of the right home based business, leveraging and utilizing AI. And so that's going to be a focus of what we're doing here within the next 90 days. And it's going to require you to learn a bit and stretch a bit and really tap into these tools. But look, if I can do it, and people think I'm like this super tech savvy or whatever, I'm not. Uh, but I just applied myself, and I'm going to take what I've learned and use it to shorten your learning curve dramatically, so that you can start participating in this new world economy of people making money with AI. Now, about a month ago, I was doing a presentation talking about the wave coming, that there was a swell building in the distance and a tidal wave was coming. And this call entering into our second month of Save Club is this wave starting to crest and peak. The leadership teams that are on board, there's people here that are fresh in the company and they're already hitting 2-star the first week. We've got a good amount of momentum started, and we're going to use that same energy, that same velocity. We're going to bring that excitement and what's working to this blitz on a daily, on a weekly basis, so that you can be part of this tidal wave. We can create it together. So, with that, guys, I want to encourage you. We're right here at an hour. I want to encourage you to go fill out that form. I've got more information coming out. I'm going to post this call. The key is find an accountability person. Talk to your upline, talk to who got you involved in the business. If you've got someone involved in the business, let them know that you'd like to form some teams, and make a team no more than 4 people, but of 2 people. And on our first call, we're going to talk about how that accountability goes on. I'm going to show you guys just a couple more things here of just what is coming. Let me pull up some stuff. I'll go back to this. So let me zoom this in a bit. Whoops. So, this is our little announcement for this meeting here. But I've gotten this broken down to what we're going to be doing week by week, uh, and just how we're going to unroll this thing over 90 days. And I'm coordinating our trainings with the tools that are coming out, with the systems. We've got our content drops coming out. We had a new content drop today. Dave, if you want to show that off here in a second, or I can pull it up. We've got uh, a cycle here of growth to bring you through 1, 2, 3 phases, 3 different 30-day phases. I've got tools built for doing action tracking. We've got different worksheets so that you can stay on track, and and uh, and ways to work with your accountability partner. Get the group coaching and all the conference calls. That's just a little insight into what we'll be doing. And I've got it broken down into just pure on day-to-day lessons as well. I'll do a shameless book plug here. Last fall, I wrote a book that is just loaded up with different lessons. They're short lessons. They're that's 2 lessons on 2 pages. They're really quick, short reads. But what it is mindset training and foundation principles that are here to help you get through the times when they're hard. That because no matter what you do in life, it's going to knock you down. This business is going to have points that are challenging. And if it was easy, everybody would do it and everybody would be rich. But the difference that separates people from that quit and don't get what they want, and the people that stick with something and grind through have the grit to get through to the next section, then they'll succeed. And that's what this book is about. I wrote the book and I dedicated it to the different mentors and coaches who selflessly, heart-centeredly shared with me awesome information that helped me grind through and take loss after loss and failure after failure until things started working. And that same information, I just want to just share it back. So that'll be just tied into the different lessons here. I'll be dropping those off in different reels and different other stuff. So even if you come out of this and the Save Club business for whatever reason doesn't work for you, I'm hoping that some of these principles will stick with you. You can share them and pass them on, and it'll improve the quality of your life in whatever way. So that's another way I would build the 90-day curriculum. And yeah, and then this month there's also other stuff, audiobook and other stuff coming out. If you don't like to read, get the audiobook. I'll let y'all know when that drops on Audible. So, with that, Dave, if you want to show the materials here, David Dubbs came out with another huge content drop. Dave, I'll just show them. This is back here in your marketing tools section in your back office. And what we're going to be doing is breaking these into different folders, and we're going to be using them for the 90-day blitz. So we'll pick a certain topic, like we'll do travel, and then we'll work travel for a week. And collectively, we'll all focus in on what that means. We'll have the exact tools, how to craft your messages, where to go online, and then collectively, we hit that marketplace. But guess what? Once that marketplace has been hit, once those influencers have been exposed or recruited, they're out, they're gone. This is why doing this when there's less than 10,000 people in the company could be so massively lucrative for you. Okay, because you're just sharing information, you're bringing them back to the pros, and we'll recruit them on your behalf, and you make a matching bonus for the lifetime of everything that they do. So, and then we'll go after foodies, and then we'll go after the military spouses, and then we'll go after the uh, side hustle people, and we'll do this week after week. And each week, as you get better at creating the tools and sharing them with these people, and you start getting these wins, you'll see. And after 90 days, maybe you get a couple people the first month, a few more the second month. You get this duplication at the end of 90 days. My goal is to have you have more residual income, more passive income than you have in residual bills. So the next time we pick up this call, I'm going to be I'm going to be sharing with everybody the concept of the freedom number here. And I made a cool slide for it somewhere in here. But here we go. I got a whole worksheet here. So I've got a whole freedom number worksheet we'll be going over. And this will help you just assess what your monthly bills are. And then we're going to look at what type of activity you would need to do to pass this. And this first 90 days, we're recording everything. We're recording how many hits you need to a landing page, how many of those people actually become a pre-enrollee. Of those pre-enrollees, how many of them become affiliates? Of those affiliates, how many of them become 1-star? However many of them become 2-star? And it just becomes a game of numbers. So we use the law of averages and the law of numbers. Do something long enough and a ratio will appear. My goal is that after a year of this, we're able to come back and say, if you want to make $5,000 a month in residual income inside Save Club, you're going to need this many pre-enrollees. And it averages out to this many leaders and this much growth, and that's how you get to a check. And so we're taking an evolution to this industry because we want to be extremely proud of our income disclosure statement. One of the most shameful things inside the network marketing industry are these income disclosure statements where 99% of the people don't make any money. And I'm not going to run a company like that. This is a business opportunity for you to get in, do the work, make the exposures, and reap the profits. And there's plenty enough income here. There's plenty enough money here. There's plenty enough money in the $900 billion advertising industry that we're disrupting and putting towards the Save Club affiliates for this to work for everybody. And as we go through this as a team, we're going to really get down to those numbers and get it real scientific so that at some point we'll be able to recruit people with the confidence saying that they go, well, my freedom number is $2,501, and we'll be able to go look at real statistics based upon a lot of people succeeding and say, if you want to get to that number, here's the activity that you need to do, here's the path that you need to follow, and this is how we take the company from 10,000 members to 100,000 members to 1 million members to 2 million members, and we have the framework. We've got the systems in place to do that, and I know that we can succeed there because, again, the platform that we're using for our stuff has done this before, and the platform that we're using for our deals and cashback and rewards, that company sold for $4 billion. So the framework is here. We're still an infant baby, and all of you are going to watch this company grow up from now 30 days newborn to 90 days newborn, 120 days newborn, and watch this thing shoot into a legendary things. I'm really, humbled and thankful that all of you are staying on a webinar for an hour on a Monday morning, and you believe in what we're doing here. And our commitment from the corporate team is, we're not going to stop until we get momentum and we're creating the value in your life that you want. And I can't wait to hear all about it, because one thing that the 9-day Blitz is, it's highly conversational, and we're going to find out what goals you want to hit, and we're going to reverse engineer to help you get there. So with that, we're sitting here an hour. I don't want to keep this presentation any longer than right now, because I want to get this recording to the people that missed it. And if you have people on your team that missed this recording and you'd like to invite them to be part of the Blitz, have them watch this. Have them fill out the form. Again, you can go to Blitz 90. I'm going to type in the chat. Blitz90.com. And I did another one. You can go to blitz2getrich.com. Same site. Yeah, Matt just dropped it in there. Blitz2getrich.com. So if you guys can see all that in the chat, grab it from there. Matt, you want to chime in on anything? As we just I'm just going to leave this open for a little bit, but I'm going to end the recording right now.
Yeah,
You want to share
100%.
the content
Super
drop?
exciting. I mean, folks, you got to have